put yourself out over this. But first, I want to tell you something." Hopkins's grinning face came close. "I want to tell you that you were wrong." I pride myself on my swift wit and keen intelligence, but this one had me stumped. "Eh?" "Countless times," Farquhar continued, "I've held out to you the hope that Jinn would one day be free. Jinn like you and me. Why do we fight? Because we are set against each other by our cursed human masters. Why do we obey them? Because we have no choice. Countless times I have speculated that these rules might be challenged. Countless times you have told me I was mistaken." "I didn't put it quite like that. I said you were a complete—" "You said that we had no chance of ever breaking free of the twin problems, Bartimaeus, the problems of free will and pain. And I see that certainty in your squinty little eyes again. But you are mistaken. Look at me now. What do you see?" I considered. A murderous maniac in human form? A hideous amalgam of the worst of man and jinn? I'm going out on a limb here. A former foe looking at me with unexpected pity and good fellowship. "No, Bartimaeus, no. I'll tell you. You see a jinni without pain. You see a jinni with free will. I'm not surprised you don't understand. In 5,000 years there has never been a marvel like it." "But to be in this world you must have been summoned," I persisted. "So you must be doing someone's bidding." "Hopkins summoned me, and I have done his bidding. Now I am free." For the first time I thought I saw something of the jinni hidden within the man. Deep inside the eyes a little flash of triumph, almost like a flame. "You may recall, Bartimaeus, that in our last conversation I spoke with optimism about the recklessness of certain London magicians, men who might one day give us our chance." "I remember," I said. "You were talking about Lovelace." "True, but not only he. Well, it so happens that I was right. Our chance has come. First, Lovelace overreached himself. His coup failed. He died, and I was freed!" I cried. "Yes, thanks to me, that was. You owe me one there, surely." "Submerged in an offshore safe, thanks to a stringent after-death clause in my summoning. I spent my time cursing whoever killed Lovelace." "Ah, that would be my master. I told him it was a hasty act, but did he listen?" "Luckily, I was released soon afterwards by one of Lovelace's friends, who knew of me and my talents. I have since been working with him." "This would be Hopkins," I said. "Well, as a matter of fact, no. Which reminds me." Farquhar looked at his watch. "I cannot stand gossiping with you all evening. Tonight the revolution begins, and I must be there to witness it." His hands reached out, grasped me round the neck, and plucked the cleaver from my wing. "Let's see," Farquhar murmured. "Yes, that looks promising." We drifted out above the tables towards the opposite wall. A trolley stood there, just as the waiters had left it. On the centre of the trolley was a large tureen with a domed lid. It was made of silver. "A healthy jinni might linger for weeks in a silver tomb like this," Farquhar said. "The state you're in, I don't think you'll survive longer than a couple of hours. Now then, I wonder what we've got in here." With a hasty flick of the fingers, he flipped open the lid. Fish soup. Delightful. Well, goodbye, Bartimaeus. While you die, take consolation from the knowledge that the enslavement of the jinn is almost over. From tonight, we take revenge." The fingers parted. With a delicate plop, the crow fell into the soup. Farquhar waved goodbye and closed the lid. I floated in darkness. Silver all around me. My essence shrank and blistered. I had one chance only. Wait a little for Farquhar to depart, then summon up my last gasps of energy and try to burst open the lid. It would be tough, but feasible, provided he didn't wedge it shut with a block or anything. for Quayle didn't bother with a block. He went for the whole wall. There was a great roar and crash, a fearsome impact. The tureen collapsed around me, smashed into a crumpled mess by the weight of masonry above. Silver pressed on all sides. The crow writhed, wriggled, but had no space to move. My head swam, my essence began to boil. Almost gratefully, I fell into unconsciousness. Burned and squashed to death in a silver vat of soup. There must be worse ways to go, but not many. Nathaniel looked out of the window of the limousine at the night, the lights, the houses and the people. They went by in a kind of blur, and for a while he let his tired gaze drift among the shifting forms. Then, as the car slowed to approach a junction, he focused on the glass itself and on the reflection in it. He saw himself again. It was not a wholly reassuring sight. His face was etched with weariness, his hair damp, his collar limp.